heads of government agencies here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I have a short opening remarks that will set the tone and perspective for this all-important meeting with our esteemed stakeholders from the power sector. On behalf of the entire Federal Ministry of Power, and indeed the wider electricity supply industry, NESI, I wish to begin by conveying my deepest gratitude to Your Excellency, Mr. President, for graciously making out time from your busy schedule to meet with the major stakeholders and shareholders of the nation's generating companies today. Your presence here is a clear testament to your unwavering commitment to the sustainability, stability, and long-term development of Nigeria's power sector, a sector that remains central to our national economic aspirations, as you stated in Your Excellency's renewed hope agenda. Your Excellency, without taking much of your time, sir, permit me to further express our profound appreciation for your steadfast support, which has enabled Nigeria power sector to record several critical milestones under your administration in less than 2 years. Notable among these are decentralization and liberalization of the sector, which has resulted in the activation of 12 state electricity markets, which was made possible with the Electricity Act of 2023, which is the first bill you signed into law on resumption of office in 2023. The development and launching of a national integrated electricity policy for the country after 24 years. Attraction of over $2 billion in fresh investments into the sector to further extend electricity access in the country. Commencement of the process to transition the industry towards full commercialization, which increased the sector's revenue by 70% from 1 trillion naira in 2023 to 1.7 trillion naira by the end of 2024. And this also reduced government liability in the sector by 700 billion naira in terms of subsidy obligations. Increase in the country's installed capacity for energy generation from 13 gigawatts to 14 gigawatts, and the attainment of an all-time generation peak of 5,801 megawatts, and the maximum daily energy record ever in this country of 128,370 megawatt hour on the March 4, 2025. This was due to Zungeru, the new hydropower company in Zungeru of 700 megawatts. And we also just recently launched and commissioned the AFAM 2 by Sarah Energy, which you actually commissioned for them about 2 months ago, thanks to Sarah Energy. Stabilization of the national grid through the activities of the Presidential Power Initiatives, which we all know as Siemens project, that has added over 700 megawatts of transmission capacity to the grid capacity. We have recorded zero grid collapse since the beginning of this year, these 8 months running. We are all aware of what we passed through last year due to vandalization of our national assets. Successful mobilization of 700 billion naira funding from FAC allocation to implement the Presidential Metering Initiative aimed at tackling the sector's long-standing metering gap, which has been affecting industry liquidity. This is complemented by the World Bank Distribution Sector Recovery Program, DSREP, fund of $500 million that is adding additional 3.45 million meters to the sector. Procurement of these meters have started, and we have received about 300,000 meters from DSREP, while PMI has actually reached advanced stage in the procurement process. Your Excellency, I would like to stop here on these achievements. There are a number of them, but to take our time, if I have to list them one after the other. Your Excellency, sir, despite these remarkable milestones, the sector continues to grapple with significant challenges. The most pressing of these challenges is the growing indebtedness to our valued generation companies, which is the primary basis for this meeting. The debt burden not only constrains operational efficiency, it also discourages the much needed investments across the entire electricity and power sector value chain. In my several engagements with the generating companies, at ownership and management level, individually and collectively, I have assured them severally of the federal government's commitment to addressing the outstanding debts and the other critical sectoral issues. I want to thank them for their support. Anyway, they've been quite cooperative. They've been cooperating, collaborating, and partnering with us. And the modest improvement we have recorded under your administration, our story will not be completed without thanking the generating companies.